Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome to your second Soulful Sunday of our beautiful Life Transformation Series 3. So I thank all of you who've come in the morning. Thank you for logging in on Sunday morning at 5 a.m. Speaks volumes of your commitment for enhancing your life and transforming yourself. So a big, big, big thank you. Let's start our morning with Power of State Programming as you know about it. The Power of State is all about making our dream state very, very beautiful. Power of Dreams, state programming. So let's go for it. Let's dream whatever we want and dance, sing, do whatever you want, just fluid movements. So get it from your chairs if possible, because you need that energy in the morning to wake up and manifest and desire what you want. So Rahul sir, thank you so much for having our session in the morning. Let's bring on the power of dream music. Thank you. So affirmations in front of you, if possible, written so that you don't forget. Otherwise, any kind of a goal. Yes, yes, yes. Each one of us is a winner, knowing that for life we can dream and achieve whatever we want. Because life is super simple, it's a giver, and all we have to do is believe in the law of attraction of ask, believe, and receive. And so it is. So, a quick check on all of you. How are you feeling this morning? Have you seen the Book of Secret? Have you seen the movie Secrets? Yes or no? And did you find the link for Think and Grow Rich? So I had bought the movie once for Life Transformation Series 2. And then we did put it on our channel and we were showing it. But now it's not there. So, and did you do the magic relationship exercise yesterday? Because everything is important. You've committed to me for integrity and I will do this integrity check. So please, please, please do not forget doing that. 1% if you forget, you know how it works in Magic Book. You have to go back 2 exercises. So you'll really have a backstop or you have to do too much in one day. Yeah. So let's just do it every day, come what may. All right. Thank you, Rahul sir, for putting in Luke Cottino's The Magic Weight Loss Pill. When we embrace these lifestyle exercises, these changes, we are going to have a better body in a every different way. And if you're looking at losing weight, so more power to us. So lifestyle number 3, correct your vitamin D3 levels. So yesterday we spoke about vitamin O, oxygen, the conscious breathing. It'll make us glow, it'll make us look younger, make our hair shinier. And today is all about D3 levels. Almost all of my patients, our clients, have critically low levels of vitamin. When they came for the first consultation, low D3 levels means plague thousands of people across the world. Most of them still consider this vitamin to be a vitamin. Sorry, most of them still consider this vitamin to a vitamin necessary for bone strength. Just give me a second. Yes. So most of them still consider this vitamin to be a vitamin necessary for bone strength, but it plays many critical roles in the human body, from immunity to weight loss. Besides playing a crucial role in the establishment and maintenance of calcium in the body, vitamin also acts as an effective regulator of cell growth and differentiation that is specific to cancer. The following deplete vitamin D3 in the body. So, how will our vitamin D3 levels get affected? Please understand, if we are in the lifestyle of having aerated drinks, if we are into smoking, if we're having more than 2-3 cups of tea and coffee per day, so if you're doing that, check, 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 correction. If you're having too much of laxatives, diuretics, cholesterol medication, your vitamin D3 levels will dip in the body. So please be careful, alter your state of body in case you are having this so that you can be on the right track. Now also we have to turn the page, please. If you're stressed, your vitamin D3 levels will alter and it'll reduce. If your life is a lot about junk food, it's a problem. If you're not exercising enough, it's a problem. For exercising, I did talk to you that every 25-30 minutes, some fluid movements, 250 steps if possible. Otherwise, something, which is why in the morning also, after sitting for a while, all of us are doing sun salutation, Surya Namaskar, because your static energy becomes static and you can't process anymore. So when you do the Namaskar, you're moving fully if you're doing it properly. And then again, your body will start burning calories. It'll become more amazing. So if you have lack of calcium, that's also a reason why your vitamin D3 will be hindered, the process of its actual balance. Clinical studies now show that vitamin D deficiency is associated with 4 of the most common cancers: breast, prostate, colon, and skin. Low vitamin D3 levels have been linked to diabetes, heart diseases, skin health, and even multiple sclerosis. You must get your vitamin D3 levels checked every 6 months. Don't just make sure it reaches the lowest level. Rather, try to make it get closer to the highest range of your lab test. Good sources of vitamin D3 are mushrooms, Brussels sprouts, sprouted moong, fish, egg yolk, low-fat dairy, and chicken. Exposure to sunlight is the best way for vitamin D to be synthesized in the body. So thank you, Rahul sir. Tell me something. How will you know that vitamin D3 levels are less in your body? Any idea? If you can just tell me in a chat box, how will you know that they've dipped down? What will be the signs? How will you analyze? Then, of course, you can see your lifestyle changes. And oh, I haven't been doing this and I need to alter it. Blood test, okay, that's one way. Yes, Niriksha, absolutely. Body pain. When you have body pain, you have fatigue, you have tiredness. That's a cue why, that you could be F1. Yes, Ritu, absolutely. These are going to tell you that, oh, something is wrong in my body. My body is speaking to me. So that is why this will come. And in fact, today I'm not surprised that we are talking about D3 and body health. And here in Rhonda Byrne's magic book, the day 4 is all about magical health. So Virgil says, the Roman poet who was born in 70 BC and crossed over in 19 BC, the greatest wealth is health. So if you look at the picture next to it, you have a doctor's bag, a stethoscope, you have an apple. There's a saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? So that is why this is here. And a glass of water. Water, water, water. The healing water. 70% of our body is made of water. If we start having a lot of water, it'll be wonderful. So I did speak to you all about the power of energized water on, I think, the first introduction days. And I also requested that gradually start increasing your gaps of intermittent fasting. If your meal you were having at 8 o'clock dinner, make it 7 o'clock. If your breakfast was at 8 o'clock, make it 9 o'clock. Gradually inch them so that, if possible, we come down to at least 16 hours of intermittent fasting and 2 meals are enough. And 1 meal, if possible, raw, 1 meal cooked. I know it's too much to ask, but I'm sure we'll get there. We have 1 to 1 days to go. Firstly, our body doesn't need so much cooked food. Secondly, if we really want to transform ourselves holistically, which is physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we need to make it clean, detox it. So of course, detoxes are coming very soon and we will be sharing the sciences with all of you. But get this very clear. Today is all about thinking about our body, every single body part, and thanking it. So we will be doing that in meditation. In a way, the entire chapter we'll cover in the meditation. So can you just turn the page? I want to show them the highlight for this session. So one thing is, let's remember that John Henry Jowett says a very beautiful thing. Gratitude is a vaccine, an antitoxin, and an antiseptic. I promise to each one of you, and I can tell, I don't know how to make you check it. I haven't popped a single pill. Okay, I stand corrected. I have been having my Thyrox. But you know what? It's come to 25 rather than I used to have 150. Now it's come to 25. So yes, I have been popping this. I can't say no. But apart from this, I've not taken a single medicine, not even taken the COVID vaccine because I know I'm high on my aura and my aura is safe and protected. So there's not going to be no virus. So gratitude is the biggest game changer. And gratitude for our health is going to make us so much more fresher. Like I slept in the night at 2 o'clock. I was at my sister-in-law's house in Bangalore for a dinner with a lot of lovely people around. But I'm up in the morning and I'm not feeling tired. Not at all. Trust me. Not even 3 clear hours of sleep. But because I have gratitude for my body, life is so wonderful. You will be having more clarity of thoughts. Your energy, your immune system will be much better, which is why I say my immune system is good. It's not weakened. And let's turn the page, sir. The last thing which I want to show them is one beautiful line. That line is today's mantra. So yes, so we can again turn. It's a long chapter. We will do this in the meditation. So it's one single line which we're supposed to write on any kind of a page today. So can we just turn the chapter, the page? It's one single line which we have to write down, put it either on your mobile wallpapers or put it anywhere on your board or maybe even your bathroom. And that line is, the gift of health is keeping me alive. So that line had come, sir. It was just here a second ago. Nonetheless, you can move on to the last bit, sir. We can do it there also. So it's okay. Just have to put that line. And when you put that line, just remember that little line with just the power of few words will make your life so much more better. Every day you're supposed to look at it. The gift of health is keeping me alive. And आज उसको at least 4 बार देखकर पूरी body को एक बार just give it a nice touch, just see front, back, just touch it and just say thank you, thank you, thank you. You know the magic mantra thrice of thank you. We've talked about it. First, thanks for the past. Second, for the present. And third, for the future. And rest, have this paper plastered wherever you want. Every day, please read this paper. Every day be grateful. And we are doing in our meditation every day. If you see, we are touching our body parts. We are scanning it. So I have intertwined this beautiful meditation every day because I believe morning. I hope you're writing your 10 blessings. And if you're coming in the session, then at least you're doing a little gratitude first. At least that you're waking up to that. And I really hope that you sleep with your magic rock. So even when I travel, I have a small traveling magic rock and I forget it. 1% if I forget, I imagine in my hand. The power of imagination is also beautiful. So I carry it with me. So please remember that we are creating our life the way we desire. When we are consciously creating, whatever we want is coming true. So let's have the simple steps to impossible dreams, Rahul sir. So very simply, Magic Book is magical. And I'm thankful to Ankur yesterday for telling me that, okay, let's read it. So of course, we're not reading it, but I am doing a pretty much a good summary, even while not reading it, so that all of you get the gist. But integrity lies on to you, how much you read it, how much you listen to it. Very important. So yesterday we spoke about the power of cutting the chains and why we are on the launching pad and how we can cut these 6 chains. And it's so beautiful. These 6 chains are also part of our Buddhism. You know, in our Buddhism, also the same 6 virtues if we leave, I will probably share a meditation today of my Guru Nitya Shanti. It's exactly the same. Of course, I have to ask him if I can share it beyond the community because we have created a conscious community and we pay for our membership. So I have to ask him, but it's exactly the same thing. So let's see. Magics are here, but this beautiful book is brought to us. The Simple Steps to Impossible Dreams by Scott Stephen. This is chapter 4, where all of us have to really deeply read while I read. The chain 1, it's your programming for mediocrity. You've been programmed for mediocrity from your youth. So, why does he say that? Let's understand the science. We are okay with something, like we accept whatever comes. Acceptance is good, I do say that. But our benchmark is not good here. A benchmark has to be beyond ourselves. Think big, dream big, achieve big is something that I keep saying, keep saying. I harp on it, I believe in it, and I do it. Believe me, whatever I think happens because I'm thinking big. सोच छोटी होगी तो फिर सपने बड़े कैसे होंगे? Let's read this chapter. I introduce you to this beautiful chapter. As a psychology major in 60s, a good friend of mine participated in a study in which rats received electric shocks every time they tried to take food from a food tray. They soon completely stopped approaching the food tray because of their fear of being shocked. Then the electricity was turned off, and even more scintillating and desirable food was placed in the tray. The rats still would not approach. As time went on, the rats chose to starve to death rather than take the risk of approaching the tray and being shocked. Can you imagine being so programmed by past events that you would prefer starvation and death rather than confront the possibility of encountering the feared event again? And yet, that's precisely what happened to these rats. They could have gone back to the tray at any time, eaten better than they had even eaten before, gained back all the strength, and returned to a normal life. But they didn't even try. Oh, the awesome power of negative programming. The first time I heard Zig Ziglar speak 20 years ago, he told two stories. The first story was about fleas. The second was about elephants. And this elephant story everyone has been using everywhere, okay? He said, if you place fleas in a shallow container, they'll quickly jump out. However, if you put a lid on the container for just a brief period, they'll jump like crazy at first, but they'll soon give up their quest for freedom. When the lid is then removed, instead of instantly jumping out, they will remain within that container. And they'll never attempt to leave the container again. Like the rats, they become programmed by past limitations to accept that these limitations will continue to exist in the future. So all of us have been conditioned. एक बार गलती हुई, दो बार गलती हुई, तीन बार गलती हुई, रिजल्ट नहीं आया, तो उसको एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं, ये हमारी डेस्टिनी है. चाहे वजन कम करना हो, चाहे पैसे ज्यादा कमाने हो, चाहे रिलेशनशिप में वर्क करना हो, एक बार फेल हो गए तो उसको एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं. बट नहीं. अब हम एक और एग्जांपल पढ़ने वाले हैं. Well, so much for dumb, tiny animals. An elephant has a big brain and it is infinitely smarter than a flea or a rat. And yet, circuses used to train baby elephants by tying them to a pole planted securely in the ground. The elephant very quickly learned that when he felt a rope on his neck and a tug on the rope, he could not go any farther. By the time he became an adult, he can be tied to a small pole that he could easily rip out right at the ground. But he doesn't even try because he has been programmed to believe that when the rope is around his neck and he encounters the little tug, he must stop. So a lot of your family must have told you, मोटे हो, थोड़े पतले हो जाओ, आपने ट्राई भी किया होगा, बट अब आप संतुष्ट हो गए हैं, इवन दो यू वांट टू लूज वेट, पर आप दिमाग में प्रोग्रामिंग है दैट आई कांट लूज वेट, एंड दैट इज व्हाई वेट डजंट गो, इट्स स्टक टू योर डीएनए. इफ यू वांटेड टू बिकम रिच बट आपके घर में आपने तंगी देखी है बचपन में फॉर वट एवर रीजंस, आपके दिमाग में है कि नहीं ये तो किस्मत वालों के पास पैसा आता है. आपने मेडियोक्रिटी को एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है कि ये जॉब ही मेरा अल्टीमेट गोल है, या आपकी बॉडी में कुछ डिसीज आ गया है, आपने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है कि ये तो मेरा अंत है. इस वक्त मैं पूरी जिसका बहुत सपोज ऐसा कुछ है, या मैं लाइफ लॉन्ग इसके साथ रहूंगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल थायराइड किड बोलते हैं लाइफ लॉन्ग रहता है, डायबिटीज नहीं जाती है. आपने मेडियोक्रिटी को एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है. इट्स टाइम फॉर यू टू ड्रीम. नाउ एज बैड एज आई फील फॉर द फ्लीज एंड एलिफेंट्स, I feel even worse for the poor rats. After all, their programming resulted in starvation and ultimately deaths. And yet, as sad as the story is, it can't begin to compare to the tragedy that has been inflicted upon hundreds of millions of American school children who have passed through our educational system since 1940s, including you and me. Like the rats, fleas, and elephants, we were programmed by our teachers, coaches, fellow students, and even our parents to believe that we were average or ordinary kids. As an average ordinary kids, we began to believe we were only capable of accomplishing average ordinary achievements. Now, even though our programming was totally unintentional on the part of those who programmed us, it was still devastatingly powerful. By the time most of us graduated from high school, we had been fully programmed for mediocrity. And from that point on, we have had a nearly unalterable tendency to accept mediocrity as the best we can do in nearly every area of our lives. We accept marriages and relationships that are okay rather than strive to make them great. We do just what's expected to be in our jobs rather than try to break every performance record in the books. We don't attempt to take risks and convert ideas into business because we truly believe we are not capable of overcoming great risks and achieving extraordinary success. तो रिलेशनशिप चल रहा है ऐसे ही, पार्टनर आपके बहुत कोऑपरेट नहीं कर रहे, या ओके, जॉब आप में ज्यादा मेहनत नहीं करते कि क्या होगा, जॉब ही तो है. You're not trying to perform so much more for yourself क्योंकि mediocrity is okay with you. बिजनेस आइडियाज कन्वर्ट नहीं करते कि नुकसान हो गया तो लोग क्या बोलेंगे, हंसेंगे तो, क्योंकि आप नॉर्मल रहना चाहते. एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी कब बनोगे? While our programming hasn't resulted in starvation, it has had terrible consequences for tens of millions of American adults. How many marriages have ended in divorce because a couple did not have the vision, confidence, and know how to turn a mediocre or bad marriage into a truly fulfilling one? Or equally tragic, how many couples have continued to live in an unfulfilling relationship for years or even decades because they didn't think they could do anything to change their mediocre, unfulfilling relationship into one where all their highest hopes and great expectations are fulfilled? And then there's education. More than half of the students that start college never graduate. They start with a dream, but they give up on it because they've been programmed to believe that they don't have what it takes to achieve the ultimate dreams. College graduates often earn their bachelor's degree in a field that one they would never really have preferred because they didn't think they were good enough to qualify. And how many people end up in a job totally unfulfilled, not because they wanted that kind of job, but because they believed it was the best they could do in light of their abilities, background, or circumstances. Surveys have shown that 85% of the workforce has a job or a career that they wish they could change. But like the fleas and the elephants, they're locked into space by their past programming. तो अगर आपके relationships mediocre हैं, अगर आपकी I'm very inspired by a couple of my batchmates. Sangha 1 and 2 had Rajni Maheshwari. She did her PhD or masters in 50s so people do study. कॉलेज में जो सपने पूरे नहीं हुए अभी भी हो सकते हैं. अगर रिलेशनशिप पार्टनर से अच्छे नहीं है 10 20 25 साल अभी भी हो सकते हैं. बच्चों से अनबन है अभी भी ठीक हो सकती है. Whatever, wherever we want, सब possible है. Mediocrity से बाहर तो निकलो. I hope you are beginning to see how devastating this chain of being programmed for mediocrity truly is. It keeps you achieved and it keeps you anchored to your launching pad with no hope of ever blasting off and achieving your dreams. And before you get too depressed, let me tell you that everyone I've ever met has been anchored by the same chain at least once for a while. So आप लोग की लाइफ में ऐसा कभी हुआ है जो भी बोला गया है एक बार लाइफ में कभी हुआ है? Acceptance of mediocrity? If yes, you can use the chat box and let me know. Lee Iacocca, Steven Spielberg, Michael Landon, and Stephen Scott were all programmed by mediocrity. Thank you for saying so many yeses. You see, in high school, we're all judged by our teachers, parents, coaches, peers, and worst of all, ourselves, by our three standards of measurement: grades, popularity, athletic abilities. If we didn't graduate with straight A's, we weren't the in crowd. If we were not star athletes, we thought of ourselves as average or ordinary, or maybe a little above or a little below average or ordinary. And from that point on, we continue to accept the assessment of ourselves. We don't even attempt to accept that assessment, that ordinary achievements, right? We don't extraordinary achievements. We don't want them because possible है ना? हो ही नहीं सकता. It's not possible. We set goals that are low because we believe that we are capable of just that. So school has one conditioning in India. It's some kind of a conditioning. If you were a victim, time to break the chain. The first chain today we're breaking. जो कुछ हुआ past में हुआ. अभी तो नहीं है ना. अगर आप morning manifestation meditation कर रहे हैं, उसमें guidance आती है. Look far, how far you've come. See, no, कितनी दूर से कहाँ आए आप अपने बलबूते पे. हर जगह तो पेरेंट्स ने नहीं हेल्प किया, सोसाइटी ने नहीं हेल्प किया. आप अपने आप में भी तो बहुत कुछ किया. मैं ये नहीं बोलती बिना फैमिली सपोर्ट के हम कुछ कर सकते हैं. डेफिनेटली आवर फैमिली इज आवर रूट्स, पर आपने अचीव किया ना. अब रिजल्ट क्या है? We place our destiny in the hands of others, whether it's an employer, a banker, or a mate. We think the Rolls Royces and mansions are reserved for the other guys, the Steven Spielbergs, the Bill Gates, the Lee Ioccas. We think great marriages are reserved for men and women who marry the geniuses and the beauties, and not for us. Jitendraji, point taken. So we don't think it's for us because it's married ordinary people. We are ordinary people, so we can't have extraordinary marriages. We think that medical school or law school or engineering school are for the people with high IQs, certainly not for us or our children. We think that the great companies are built by brilliant businessmen with the right backgrounds, circumstance, and luck, that we could ever build up a multi-millionaire business from scratch. तो ये सब हमने सोचा हुआ है. Now, Stephen is saying a very beautiful thing to all of us, and I'm going to add a bit of mine. My dear friends, my dear co-seekers, my Sangha Mitras, my Power of Dream group, the Born One-to-Oneers. These are lies, sheer lies, 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 and more lies. Yet we are believing these lies for a long time and allowing ourselves to be programmed by them. Even athletes, I need that music, Jitendraji. It's a little meditation and therapy, which I'm doing. But yes, I've reduced it. So I would need that because when I study, I need that energy of this piano music. So is that interfering everyone? If yes, please let me know in the chat box. Is it interfering everyone? If it is, then I have to condition myself to change it. For me, it's soothing. I don't know for the others. So you're okay with it. जितेंद्र जी थोड़ा सा अपने आप को प्लीज बोलिए ना, दिस इज थेरेपी. आपको और मुझे सूदिंग लगेगा, हमारे दिमाग में विचार और जाएंगे बिकॉज दिस इज अ थेरेपी म्यूजिक, इट्स नॉट अ रेगुलर पियानो म्यूजिक. So thank you for understanding. Because you know the third Sangha, believe me Jitendra ji, if I say so, we've had Sangha 1, मुझे पता नहीं था मैंने कहाँ शुरू की transformation life journey. बस I knew कि I'm guided. Second time I curated better. Third time the guidances are too many and it's going to be so magical, and thank you for trusting me again to continue a journey from Sangha 2 to 3. So thank you for this. But we were back on this chapter with Stephen. So I'm going to repeat that because we broke the flow. My dear friends, these are lies, 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 and more lies. Yet we believe that these lies for a long, long time, and we've allowed ourselves to be programmed by them. Even athletes, medical researchers, scientists have had their programs, performances severely limited by negative or false programming. Runners were told by scientists that it was physically impossible for a human being to run a mile in under 4 minutes. And as a result, for years, runners would run the mile just to the 4-minute mark, but no lower. After all, it was physically impossible. Then one day, a man named Roger Bannister ran a mile in under 4 minutes. He broke the shackles. Once the word got out that someone had broken the 4-minute record, runners all over the world began doing it. Had they all discovered a magical pill or steroid that gave them superhuman speed? Had they all discovered? No. What did they discover? Had their bodies redesigned to break that impossible barrier? एकदम से redesign नहीं हो गई? No, not at all. They simply deprogrammed themselves. They threw away the mental programming that had limited their performances for their entire athletic career. Yes, Ankur, belief. Limiting belief khatam ho gaya. Enhancing belief aa gaya. If Roger Bannister can break the record for 4 minutes, even I can. So हम सबको deprogram करना है. American aeronautical engineers had all determined that a small corporate jet could not be prototyped for under 1,000 million, 100 million. So they didn't even try. Then Bill Lear came. He built a prototype for 10 million, 1/10 of the price. He hadn't been programmed like the engineers of the giant aerospace companies. So imagine that's the power, right? Medical researchers, and polio was unconquerable. But a doctor named Jonas Salk threw that programming away and made polio a disease of the past. Equally important, as a result of Dr. Salk's breakthrough, medical researchers have learned never say never. And as I said earlier, all of us have been programmed for mediocrity. But like Roger Bannister, Bill Lear, and Jonas Salk, we've learned how to cut the devastating chain of mediocrity and to keep cutting it every time it appears. ये chain बार बार आएगी, ये बात समझ लीजिएगा. Conditioning बार बार आएगी, नहीं ये possible नहीं है, नहीं ये possible नहीं है, नहीं ये possible नहीं है. But हमने कई बार पढ़ा है, सुना है, impossible शब्द में भी है I am possible. So you have to break those chains, my dear friends. So the question now becomes, how can you sever these devastating chains and keep cutting it every time it appears in your life. The great news is that it's a lot easier than you think. All it takes is a conscious awakening to reality that has long been hidden from you, a corresponding adjustment of your attitude, and setting aside a few minutes a week to engage in one of the most popular, powerful activities you'll ever take part in. Oh, wow. I'm really excited to tell you all about this beautiful new attitude. It's a very beautiful attitude. It's a new, powerful activity. And I'm going to introduce this through through Stephen Scott. It's called an awakening and an attitude adjustment. So, what is an awakening? The first step in cutting this chain is awakening. I'm not talking about a spiritual event, but simply waking up. First, you must wake up to the fact that you too have been programmed for mediocrity. Isn't it true that when you think of the super successful, whether in business or in marriage or in any other area, you think of someone other than yourself? You realize that you have been programmed for mediocrity. That is the first step in the awakening I'm talking about. जो समझो तो सही कि हाँ मैंने अपने आप को प्रोग्राम किया हुआ है कि वो बेटर है, मैं वहां नहीं पहुंच सकता, जिस भी फील्ड में वो है. Even though you've been programmed for mediocrity, you were designed and created for extraordinary achievement. And I tell you all, Sangha Mitras, in this journey, the session is called Love and Light. You will see the love, you will see the light. And then you will be able to be so abundant. You have no idea how magical this journey is. It's absolutely extraordinary. अब हमने रियलाइज कर लिया कि हाँ हमारी कंडीशनिंग है कि हाँ हम मीडियोकर हैं या वो हमसे बेटर है. नेक्स्ट स्टेप, सेकंड नंबर स्टेप क्या है, सबसे उससे भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. You must wake up to the fact that even though you may be an average, ordinary person, you are capable of extraordinary achievement. In fact, God did not create you for mediocrity. He created you for extraordinary, awesome achievement in all areas of your life. You may not believe this is true, but it is. Let me explain what I mean by extraordinary achievements and then show you how you have been equipped for it. Accurate measurements of extraordinary achievement. In your past, true extraordinary achievement was not accurately measured by the grades you received in school, by how popular you were with your classmates, or by your athletic accomplishments. Today, extraordinary achievements is not accurately measured by your income or the material things you possess. While these may be general indicators of achievement, they're not accurate measurements of the height or degree of accomplishment. We've already seen that. Measured by the grades in school, Steven Spielberg did not get deterred, neither did Michael Landon. They were failures as students, yes, they were. And yet, I will tell you that they were incredibly successful students when they are accurately measured. They both studied off campus at movie theaters and became great scholars in the art of storytelling and movie composition. The accurate measure wasn't a grade they received in school, but rather what they were able to accomplish later in life, using the lessons they had learned through their observation at the movies. By that accurate measure, they were incredibly successful students. तो इन्होंने क्या किया, एंड ये तो हमको पता ही है, अगर हम सीक्रेट्स में बात करें, मैनिफेस्टेशन में बात करें, the biggest people in the world, the richest people in the world, most successful people in the world, they are the ones who very often have never ever taken official formal training. Education भी नहीं है, फिर भी कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच जाते हैं. Conditioning, programming, excellence की programming. Mother Teresa made very little income and never had a lot of materialistic possessions. And yet her achievements far surpassed those of the world's richest men. The true measure of her success could only be found in the loving and appreciative eyes of the dying men, women, and children she nourished and cared for throughout her life. My wife is a homemaker and a wonderful wife and mother. Her achievements in raising our children are far more extraordinary than anything I have ever accomplished in business. Her success is measured by their sense of security, love, and respect for others. In such cases, extraordinary results achievement is not measured by wealth. Even for people such as Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey, who have been financially successful, the true measure of their achievement is the impact they have on the lives of so many people. Day in, day out, whether she felt like it or not, Oprah has shown up at the studio and has walked onto the stage. She has been a constant, dependable companion, friend, and encourager, not only to those closest to her, but to millions of strangers who spend an hour with her each day. Steven Spielberg has provided millions with a sense of source of entertainment and also made an incalculable contribution to the future of our world with his film Schindler's List. So those of you who haven't seen Schindler's List, you may want to put it in your bucket list or your watch list. It's a very beautiful book. It's a very beautiful movie. Very amazing. Schindler's List by Steven Spielberg. You'll find it, I think it's on Netflix also. So why do I talk about seeing so many movies, even though I don't see TV? Because I have seen these movies and they have made a mark on me. And I truly believe pictures speak louder than words. And when you're seeing a movie, pictures are also coming and words are also coming. Emotions are also coming. It's a holistic journey. And for the one who asked me that Think Grow Rich, how do I get that movie? So I had bought that movie and I had put that on the playlist as I told you all. But now it's not there because the subscription's expired. So you can still go, like you're in the manifestation का दुनिया, right? Just manifest movie मिल जाएगी, पता नहीं कहाँ से मिलेगी, शायद unpaid मिल जाए, and चाय पे करना पड़े. So just go for it. Otherwise इसकी book तो है ही. If you want PDF भी भेज सकते हैं book का, we have it. We will be studying that book in the fourth series also. So how do we accurately define extraordinary achievement? Simply stated, extraordinary achievement is achievement that brings an extraordinary amount of benefit or fulfillment to us or to others. Two people have had a relationship that truly means the other's deepest emotional needs have achieved or extraordinary relationship. Parents who raise their children who are truly motivated by the love of others, who take responsibility for all that they do, who demonstrate tremendous character qualities such as loyalty, courage, dependability, and trustworthiness are extraordinary parents. And I can tell you, I have the most extraordinary parents. I have not lived with them. When I was 7 years old, I came to Delhi to live with my grandparents, who are also extraordinary parents of mine. But my parents have unconditionally had my back. They've encouraged me. They're dependable. I can trust them with anything. That's what makes us extraordinary parents. So those of us who are parenting, imbibe these qualities. Encourage your children. Become dependable. Tell them we have your back. If they share something with them, for example, Ankur and Shammi are parenting their child. If the child says something to Ankur, now Ankur should not say the same to Shammi, even though it matters. He should make his child say that dad has your back, beta. But ये बात मामा को आप बताएंगे. बच्चों पे वो sense of accountability लाना भी important है. So extraordinary parenting is also your job. If my child says something to me and I share with my husband, then I'm not being extraordinary parent. I've firstly broken the code of conduct with my daughter, and then I'm saying something to my husband who has it through my version. Information is passing on not directly but indirectly. So please don't be the channels of spreading incorrect information. Become the channels of spreading love. Let the children feel secure. All of this is to say that the true measure of your achievements is the amount of fulfillment you are able to achieve to bring to others and to yourself.
So जब आप अपनी अचीवमेंट देखते हैं, किसी ग्रैटिट्यूड में आप हैं क्या? कोई आपको मान दे रहा है किसी चीज के लिए? आपने कुछ ऐसा किया है which they are happy and grateful to you? Now that's your achievement. बैंक बैलेंस आया कि नहीं is not your achievement. मैं ये नहीं बोलती वो important नहीं है, वो important है, पर दोनों को equate मत करिए. I have known many people who have accomplished extraordinary things in one or two areas of life and failed miserably in others. How many multimillionaires have failed in marriage and parenting? How many successful parents have failed in their careers and businesses? Well, the good news is that we can accomplish extraordinary achievements in every area of your life that is important to us. We don't have to sacrifice success in one to achieve it another. We don't have to. That's one problem. Conditioning हो रखी है कि या तो ये कर सकते हैं या ये कर सकते हैं. किसने बोला? You can't be a wonderful businessman. You can't be a, okay, I'm not a businessman, business person. You can't be a wonderful parent. You can't be a wonderful social worker. You can't be a wonderful human. You can't be a wonderful home taker. Homemaker? किसने बोला? आपने बोला. आपने लिमिटेशन कर ली कि मैं तो नहीं कर सकता. मुझे लोग बोलते हैं तुम सुपर ह्यूमन हो क्या? इतना अच्छा बेक कर लेती हो, खाना बना लेती हो, प्लेटिंग कर लेती हो, फ्लावर्स कर लेती हो, बिजनेस हैंडल कर लेती हो, कोच बन लेती हो. पर मुझे पता है मैं सब कुछ कर सकती हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने कोई लिमिटेशन डाली नहीं हुई अपने लिए. हाँ, वेट की डिपार्टमेंट डाली हुई है, सो आई एम अग्री. सो देन आई एम द वन हु इज ब्रेकिंग. आप तो नहीं कहा कि Ritu Agarwal won't come and tell me, ma'am, you can change, Prachi, you can change. No, I have to change myself. Dr. Stevens, I mean, Scott is telling us so much. अब नहीं तो कब? When will we wake up? जब जागो तब सवेरा. So let's wake up. Now, before you can believe that you can achieve your loftiest dreams in every important area of life, I must first prove that you have been equipped to do so. If I told you that you are capable of flying faster than speed of sound, but I only equipped you with a hand glider, I would be a liar. And you would be a fool to believe me. If, on the other hand, I made that same statement and equipped you with a supersonic jet aircraft and a pilot, you would have everything you need to accomplish the task and much, much, much more. The incredible onboard computer that God placed between your two ears is the best proof I can offer to show that you have been adequately equipped to accomplish your biggest dreams. And आप किसी भी एज के हैं, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80s, whatever you want, you can dream, you can achieve. Even age, लोग बोलते हैं 80, 90 में तो 60, 70, 80, 90 में लोग चले जाते हैं. ये कंडीशनिंग बनाई हुई है. हमारे ancestors, look at the Pandavas or the Kauravas or anyone, look at even भगवान जो अवतार लेके आते, चलो भगवान तो आप भगवान मानेंगे, सब लोग हजारों साल क्यों रहे हैं? तभी वहां लिमिटेशन नहीं था. सो आपने लिमिट क्यों किया कि आपकी लाइफ स्पैन 100 मैक्सिमम 100 हो सकती है? मेरी लाइफ स्पैन 143 इयर्स है. 1 to 1 ईयर्स प्रशांत के साथ रहकर सब निकलेंगे. एग्जिट डेट पता है मुझे, 12, 12, 21, 21. कोई रहने वाला है साथ में तो ग्रेट, मोर पावर टू यू. Why should I exit so early? So much to do. Why should I not make my life so beautiful that I merge with a God? I become light. What's the reason? So age, diseases, dreams, आपके हाथ में है. You're the world's most advanced computer. A friend of mine was one of the handful of engineers who developed the most advanced scientific computer in the world back in the 1970s. At that time, he told me that this computer could receive 1 billion inputs or bytes of information per second. Now, as incredible as that was, the supercomputer could only be received those bytes of information one at a time. Your brain, on the other hand, receives 4 million bytes of information simultaneously just from your eyes. At the speed of light, your brain processes those 4 million bytes of information, creates a picture of your surroundings, and perceives that picture in 3 dimensions with color and motion. and it has every moment you awake. At the same time, your brain also receives hundreds of millions of other bytes of information from other senses, organs, and nerves, processes that information at the speed of light, and sends out millions of commands also simultaneously. I hope you're thinking, wow, right now. If not, close this book and give it to someone else. अगर अभी भी आप में वो नहीं excitement आई तो कब आएगी? Are you awesomely equipped with or what? If every floor of the Empire State Building were filled with mainstream and personal computers, and they were all wired together, they still could not accomplish what your brain automatically accomplishes on a moment by moment basis. Now, just as man did not create computers in order to accomplish mundane, mediocre tasks, a creator did not equip us with a phenomenal onboard computer. Just as we could not complete simple, mundane, mediocre assignments, so here we are. He gave us the most advanced computer in the universe so we could do things that are truly awesome and extraordinary. If you were broke and I deposited 10 million in your checking account and told you, you do not believe me. But what would happen? Nothing. Even though you would have 10 million in your account, you would continue to live and behave as if you were broke. Even though the money would be in your account, neither you nor anyone else would gain any benefit whatsoever from your wealth. The way you could benefit would be believe that I had made the deposit and begin to act accordingly and write checks against it. The same is true right now. You are fully equipped to achieve extraordinary results in every area of your life that is important to you. But you must first believe you've been so equipped and that you must behave accordingly. अब attitude adjustment की बारी आ रही है. Let's read about it. An attitude adjustment. So now you have been awakened to the fact that you're truly capable of achieving your dreams, of achieving extraordinary things in every important area of your life. You need to make a definite attitude adjustment. Go back to my example of 10 million deposit. Imagine how tragic it would be if you never invested or spent a dime of that money because you had been programmed to pinch pennies and you had never adjusted your attitude to that of a responsible steward of 10 million. Without that attitude adjustment, you would continue to act as if someone as broke. Think of all of the good things your family, friends, charities, and society in general would be deprived of, simply because you maintain the attitude of a penny pincher. Better than a 10 million deposit to your bank account. While I have deposited 10 million in your bank account, God has given you a mind that is worth much, much more than that. And it's up to you to be grateful for its endowment, to be excited about learning how we can use a gift to achieve your dreams and to help others achieve their. Remember, ये line बार-बार आती है. अपने ड्रीम पूरे करने हैं, दूसरों के ड्रीम पूरे करने पड़ेंगे. If you can adopt this attitude and commit yourself to exploring and pursuing all the incredible opportunities that await you, the activities and techniques revealed here will empower you to achieve things you have never yet dared to dream. This means that your past levels of achievement will not determine or your future levels of achievement. Even your greatest failures will not limit your future accomplishments. On the contrary, they will most likely serve as your greatest teachers and springboards to extraordinary success. Life बहुत सिखाती है जब problems आती हैं. So आप much better बन सकते हैं. If you can accept these truths and adjust your attitude accordingly, well, get ready for the ride of your life. Get ready. If you only remember 3 things from this chapter, here's what they should be. Conclusion कर रहे हैं chapter का. ये तीनों चीजों को ध्यान से लिख लीजिए if you want. नहीं तो यहाँ पर program कर लीजिए. First, you have been programmed for mediocrity by false standards of measures, grades, popularity, athletic abilities. levels of income, and amount of material possessions. They are not the true measures by which you should judge yourself. If you have only achieved ordinary success as measured by these standards, you must likely view yourself as an extraordinary person of you must likely view yourself as an ordinary person capable of ordinary things. अगर आपकी प्रोग्रामिंग से आपको लगता है कि बस मैं ऐसा ही हूं, तो ये आपकी प्रोग्रामिंग को चेंज करना है. Second, you were designed and created to accomplish extraordinary things in every area of your life. Remember, every area of your life that's important to you. You must wake up to the fact that your past programming has anchored you to the launching pad. And please acknowledge that such past programming is no longer is required. It's not going to anchor you. Third, you must begin to gain the attitude of one who has been given the greatest computer in the universe and become committed to using it to achieve your dreams and to help others achieve it. So, पहली बात हमने सुन ली, second बात समझ ली, third बात बहुत 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 important है. आपका attitude derive करेगा आप लाइफ में कैसा बनना चाहते हैं, और आपका attitude दूसरों को help करने का मतलब आपके dreams पूरे होंगे. So again, I'm going to invite you. दूसरों की लाइफ में अगर एटीट्यूड बदलना है तो आपको उनको इनवाइट करना पड़ेगा सेशंस में. ये सब हम कल एक बार पढ़ेंगे पावर सीक्रेट. आज हम इन 3 पॉइंट्स पे पॉन्डर करेंगे. या सो थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर बीइंग इन दिस ब्यूटीफुल जर्नी. हम बहुत देर बैठ लिए आज. वी हैड अ लॉन्ग सेशन, so today will be a little longer and I hope it's okay. It's a Sunday. I'm taking the privilege myself. So let's wake up and do a sun salutation. सूरज थोड़ा सा उदय हो चुका है. I can see behind Mitu's screen, Akshay's screen. My thing is closed. I can't see mine. Let's wake up to sun salutation. Rahul sir, let's have a sun salutation movie. Let's all hear it, get guided and do it. And face the east if possible, please. So my east is there. I'm going to face it.
The Surya Namaskar with mantras. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaye Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkaye Namaha. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Salutations to the universal friend. Salutations to the resplendent sun. Salutations to the energy that induces activity within us. Salutations to the one who illumines. Salutations to the sun moving across the sky. Salutations to the giver of strength. Salutations to the golden cosmic self. Salutations to the Lord of the dawn. Salutations to the son of Aditi, the cosmic mother. Salutations to the benevolent mother. Salutations to the energy that we praise, and to the one who guides us to salvation. The sun salutation now with the names of the postures, both in Sanskrit and English. Pranamasan, Hastuthanasan, Padhastasan, left leg back, Ashvasanchalanasana, Parvatasan, and hold this position. And now slowly progressing into the deeper version of Parvatasan, Adho Mukh Svanasana. Ashtang Namaskar, Bhujangasana, Parvatasan, left forward Ashvasanchalanasana, Padahastasana, Hastuthanasan, Pranamasan. On the right side, prayer position, raised arms pose, hand to feet pose, right leg back, equestrian pose, mountain pose, hold mountain pose, and slowly moving into the deeper version of mountain, the downward facing dog. Salute with 8 limbs, cobra. Press back to mountain. Right forward, equestrian pose, hand to feet pose. Raised arms position, prayer pose. One round of the sun salutation with awareness on the breathing. So exhaling our hands to the chest, pranam. Inhaling as we bend back. We exhale as we fold forward. Left leg back, inhale as we're arching back. Exhale into the forward. Hold the breath for knees, chest, chin. Inhale as we arch back. Exhale into the forward. Left leg forward, inhale. This is a back bend. Exhale whenever we bend forward. Inhale as we bend back. Exhale, hands to the chest. And on the right, deep breathing.
So when Surya Namaskar is done with proper breathing, you will never get tired, ever. लेकिन right breathing बहुत important है, इसलिए ये video आप लोग को भेजा गया है पहले भी. You can study it. I've also sent our Art of Living का video. उसको भी study कर सकते हैं. So we are trying to teach each other the right way of sun salutation. Now I come to my favorite book, Sunny Platon's Incredibly Believable. It's all about the shift of Mother Earth and our own self. Chapter 2, The Brief Glimpse of the New World. The following is a brief glimpse of the good life in New Age, beginning in the year 2029. It gives you an overall view of where the shift is leading us. Each of the following aspects will be covered in more detail in subsequent chapters of this book. The main difference in the lifestyle will come from the fact that everyone will be operating from the heart, based on unconditional love for all. We will not have a desire to hoard things for ourselves while others suffer from lack of it. Everyone will believe in sharing. Imagine you have a loving family you care about. If you have food, you will not allow your children to starve because you really love your children. Similarly, you share your other resources with your family members, so each of them have a lifestyle similar to yours. You do not say, I made this money, I'm not going to share this with you. Nor do you say, I brought this food and I'm going to share it all alone. You go get yours. Instead, you share and share alike when you truly love your family. If you take the concept and extend that love to your neighbors, you start treating your neighbors the same way. You start sharing things with them. There will be no major difference in your lifestyle and that of your neighbors. And if you extend this love further to cover everyone you know in the world, you have a desire to help everyone in the world lead as good a life as you. बहुत too good to be true का sound कर रहा है ना? But ऐसा होने वाला है. That's the good news. This is not Soviet communism. On first reading, this may sound a lot like old communist system, similar to the one in the Soviet Union. However, there is one major difference. The communist system was forced upon the people. They did not do it by choice or by using their free will. They were not operating from love. The leaders were still using fear and control against the general population, while they themselves were living a very good life, far superior to that of the common citizen. In the new world, everyone will have a desire to share and to see this neighbor live like his loved family member.
When it comes from the heart, the person is happy in the sharing and acts out of love and caring for others. That is so beautiful. In the Soviet communist model, free will was totally suppressed. थी नहीं, दबा दी गई थी. Whereas in the new world, everything is totally based on exercising one's free will. Sufficient resources for everyone. Planet Earth currently has sufficient resources for all kinds of support the entire population. This is true for water, energy, food, housing, clothing, education, or any area that we can think of. Some of the reasons why there appear to be shortages are improper or non-existent distribution systems. Individuals or organizations hoarding goods for profit or political motives. Suppression of new and efficient technologies for energy production. Refusal to share new and efficient production methods and technologies. Desire to maintain financial and political control. Once these restrictions no longer exist, and people start sharing everything, even the current resources on earth will be much more sufficient to fulfill everyone's needs. अगर ऐसा हो जाए तो कितना amazing होना, right? So ये होने वाला है. Now, no secrecy allowed. All corruption of any kind, any transaction that involves cheating of any kind, or any lopsided transaction benefiting one party at the expense of the other, requires that the basic truth be hidden and that all parties not have free access to all information. In the new world, all information will be freely available to everyone. Imagine you have access to any information you need at any time on the internet in your phone. How can anyone be corrupt and pay or receive a bribe? Everyone will know that they received money for no services offered and also who paid them. जब ऐसा होगा तो कोई bribe करेगा या bribe लेगा, सबको पता है ना? So, next, how can anyone cheat you by making up a good story? If they try to sell you something which is not worth much, you would know and you would not pay a higher price for it. अभी पता ही नहीं होता ना किसका प्राइस क्या है, जिसने जो मांगा उसको देना पड़ता है, क्योंकि हमें नॉलेज ही नहीं है. जब हमें हर चीज की नॉलेज हो जाएगी कि इसकी ये वैल्यू है, ट्रू वैल्यू है. अभी मैन्युफैक्चरर्स 1 पैसे का सामान 1 रुपए में बेचते हैं. क्यों? प्रॉफिट्स ज्यादा हैं. ऑफ कोर्स मैं बोलती हूँ 1 पैसे का 10 पैसा होगा बिकॉज ऑफ योर एडमिन एक्सपेंसेस इन प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी, बट 100 तो नहीं होगा. कितनी चीजें हैं जो ऐसी बिकती हैं, हमें पता ही नहीं ना. If a stockbroker tries to sell you shares in a company that he knows is a poor performer, you will have access to the same information and you will not buy. फिर आप 1-to-1 direct हो जाएगा आपका, right? Because everything is clear, it's a channel. If for any item you want to buy, you can find the true cost of production, the profit margin that company is making. Would you ever buy from a company that has an unreasonable markup? कभी हम लेंगे? Unreasonable markup है तो. हाँ, थोड़ा हमें पता है profit के लिए है, we are okay, right? Thank you, Akshay, for saying that. Especially if you had instant access to information about where you can buy the same article at a lower cost. अब हमें पता है कि यही सामान मिस्टर एक्स दे रहे हैं 4 रुपए का और मिस वाई दे रही हैं 2 रुपए का. सेम, एब्सोल्युटली सेम. हम मिस वाई से लेंगे ना, ऑब्वियसली, कुछ पता है हमें. अभी भी आप देखो, कुछ Amazon पे मिल रहा है, कुछ मार्केट में मिल रहा है, आपको चीपेस्ट जो मिलेगा आप वो लोगे ना, बिकॉज आपको पता है इंफॉर्मेशन है. If information is freely available, no military attacks or crime can be planned. They will be the scenario in the new world. This will be the scenario. Let us look briefly at some major areas of life in the new world. Work and leisure time. For most people today, the majority of our waking hours are spent at work. Usually this work is what we do not even like to do, but are earning a living. We hardly have any leisure time. In the new world, the majority of our time will be devoted to leisure,
कितना amazing world आने वाला है, right? You would be able to work about 4 hours per day and spend the rest of your time in leisure. How wonderful. Besides these 4 hours per day, will be spent doing the work that we like to do because we would choose our own professions based on our interests, not based on how much money that job pays us. I can tell you for me, you think the morning session is paying me, and especially right now, you think it's paying me with such few people locked on. But I'm loving it, right? Because it doesn't matter. It's not about the money, it's about me loving it. It's about the fact that I'm loving spending time with all of you in the morning. I'm spending time with growing, both all of us are growing. And I'm working just this much. So I've already come in the new age. Have you? That's the question to be asked. Spending leisure time. Currently, we are severely limited in what we can do with our leisure time. Assume you like to play golf and would love to play it every day. But what if you can't afford it? It does require a lot of money and for membership in the golf club and for each hour of play, right? Besides, the golf course itself may not be easily accessible. Maybe you have to spend 2 hours in traffic to get there. In the new world, everyone will be able to do whatever one wants. If golf is your interest, you could be playing golf as much as you want. Since all the charges would already be included in your housing fees. Besides, a good transportation system will allow you to get to the golf course anytime between 15 to 20 minutes travel time. Is it too good to be true? But ये life आप जीने वाले हैं. That's the good news. आने वाली है life. अब घर की बात करते हैं. Housing and geographical location. Today, most of us live where we are living because we have a job there. We were born there, or we have a house where we can live inexpensively. The majority of the population today is not happy with their living conditions, but is unable to relocate to a better place for many reasons: financial, social, legal, political, etc. In the new world, everyone will be able to choose between living in a city or out in the countryside. You will also be free to choose where you want to live because there will be no restrictions of movement across geographical boundaries. Housing will cost the same everywhere, and there will be no political restrictions. The wireless world will allow us to do most types of work from wherever we are, thereby eliminating geographical restrictions. सुनने में अजीब लग रहा है क्या? But ये होने वाला है. Imagine how wonderful. Food. The food that we eat today has very little life force in it. There are two main reasons for it. Pehla, too much fertilization and chemicals used in the soil. Second, processing of food with preservatives and flavor enhancers. In the new world, our eating habits will be considerably different. With the changes in our physical body, we will be able to pull in a lot more life force, pranic energy from the environment, and our need for food will be considerably less. आपको क्यों लगता है कि मैं आपको बार-बार रोज में बोलती हूँ कि 70% टाइम पानी पियो, इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग लंबा करो? ये होने वाला है, ऑटोमेटिकली होने वाला है. प्रिपेयर अभी से कर लो ना. जो लोग जल्दी प्रिपेयर कर लेंगे बॉडी को, वो जल्दी इस वर्ल्ड में आ जाएंगे, जल्दी मैजिक देख पाएंगे. हमारे अंदर प्राणिक एनर्जी तो है ही ना, ची की प्राण, हम उससे एनर्जी ले पाएंगे. मैंने आपको बताया था 8 दिन में बिना खाने की थी, बाद में 4 दिन थी, क्योंकि मुझे प्राण मिल रहे थे फ्रॉम द लाइफ फोर्स एंड वाटर और कुछ एंड ब्रीदिंग ऑफ कोर्स. सेकंड, the food that we do eat will have much higher life force because it will be grown organically, and the soil would have been cleaned and restored to its original form. This will be achieved mainly using technologies that we receive from the other higher levels of civilizations that are helping us. आपको realize हो रहा है कि आप already इस world में आ रहे हो? एकदम से organic food का culture आ गया ना? Clean soil, organic food. क्यों लोग उसकी बात कर रहे हैं? प्राण एनर्जी है, इतना प्रोसेसिंग नहीं हुआ उसका. Overall, there will be very little consumption of meat, and animal products. And actually, this book written 2006 में लिखी गई थी ये book. आज 21 है. 15 years के बाद. उस समय सनी पैटर्न को नहीं पता था कि वर्ल्ड कैसा है. ये बुक चैनल्ड बुक है. ऑफ कोर्स उनके एक्सपीरियंसेस बहुत हैं इस बुक में. अब हेल्थ केयर के बारे में बात करते हैं. Due to the changes in our physical bodies, physical diseases will be greatly reduced. There will be a holistic approach of the mind, body, spirit as a unit utilized in most healings. There will be more dependence on energy, light, and vibrational healing, and crystals will be utilized commonly. मैंने promise किया था कि वो आपकी life में आने वाले हैं. Didn't I say that? Sunday को हम जो sessions लाएंगे, we'll start them again. ये सब आपकी life में आने वाला है. The use of mind technologies will be primary mode of healing for all kind of diseases. अब हम अगर दिमाग में सोच लिया कि मैं हेल्दी हूँ, हमने वो लुइस की बुक पे आपने देखी हो हील योर बॉडी, उसमें हर बीमारी का रीजन लिखा है, बीमारी क्यों होती है, और एफर्मेशन है उसको काउंटरैक्ट करने के लिए कि एफर्मेशन पढ़ो, लिखो, समझो, फील करो, बीमारी निकल जाती है. कैंसर एडवांस स्टेज से भी लोग वापस आए हैं, पता है, स्टेज 3, स्टेज 4. मैं तो खैर स्टेज 1 पे थी, तो मैं अपनी तो क्या बात करूं, बिकॉज विश्वास है ना सबसे बड़ी बात. कंट्रोल ओवर लाइफ एंड डेथ. Currently we have no control on our death. This creates a constant fear of death. अगर आपने मैनिफेस्टेशन मेडिटेशन में सुना है, we choose when we want to exit Mother Earth. हम चूज करेंगे. हमने डिसाइड नहीं किया कि 70, 80, 90 में खत्म. डर ही नहीं है ना. Live unconditionally. जब हो क्या, when you're ready, then you go. भीष्म पितामह का याद है ना, उन्होंने अपनी बॉडी खुद त्यागी because he was ready for the elevation, ready for the ascension. In the new world, we will learn how to control the death process. Once we have learned that, we will no longer be afraid of death, knowing that we can live as long as we want to. War and violence. War is caused by the desire or need to control. Since our society operates on fear and control, we're constantly faced with war and violence. In the new world, there will be no need for control, since everyone will be operating from love. Hence, there will be no need for war. Violence will be greatly reduced. Religion and spirituality. All religions are man-made. Religions acts as an intermediary between you and the highest power to God, or whatever you want to believe, he, she, it exists. In the new world, the role of religion will be greatly reduced. Everyone will be able to connect to God directly. और ये आप सबकी लाइफ में आ रहा है 21st October को. We will be doing this book called Unified. So I request you, please join for that also. If you can directly go to the source, why do you need an agent? अपना connection है, जरूरत ही नहीं किसी और की. People will be spiritual but not necessarily religious. Educational systems. Currently, our children are forced into educational systems and schools that they were designed centuries ago. Every child is supposed to learn the same thing at the same place. We make no allowance for child's interest or ability and space of learning. A similar situation exists for adults. Our universities define what we need to study, and often they also tell us what order we need to study things in. We do it mainly because we want a degree that we think is going to get us a good paying job. In the new world, each child will be able to study and develop at his own pace. And each adult will be able to study things that they really are interesting for him. Knowing that he can have a good life by studying interesting things. He can be studying things that are not, and forget what he's not interested in studying. Finances क्या हाल होने वाला है समझते हैं. Monetary system and finance. Currently, a gross imbalance है. When it comes to money, everything is helter-skelter. Some individuals, organizations, or countries have billions and trillions of dollars, while billions of people suffer from lack of money and basic necessities. In the new world, there will be a single monetary unit around the world. As Euro bana tha, you remember? They had a pact. Euro became the only currency. ऐसी ही एक currency होगी पूरे world में. Money as we know it today will no longer exist. There will be all electronic transactions and there will be total transparency in all transactions. आप देख रहे हैं कहाँ इंडिया जा रहा है? सब कुछ ऑनलाइन हो रहा है, अकाउंटेबिलिटी ज्यादा आ रही है. मैं ये नहीं बोल रही ब्लैक मनी नहीं है, बट अकाउंटेबिलिटी बहुत ज्यादा आ रही है. Each person will have his or her bank account, but will be provided with a basic. अब ये पढ़ने वाली बात है. Yeah, you're right. Crypto, blockchain. Each person will have his her bank account, but will be provided with the basic amount that covers all necessities such as housing, food, clothing, personal expenses. आपको पता है ये सारा कुछ अब्रॉड में यूके वगैरह में, आई मीन यूरोपियन कंट्रीज में ऑलरेडी हो रहा है. बेसिक्स है टेकन केयर ऑफ, एजुकेशन भी बच्चों की टेकन केयर ऑफ है. ये पूरे वर्ल्ड में होने वाला है. बियॉन्ड दैट, each person can still earn more money from their jobs and activities. There will be no banks operating in secrecy as we know from now. Swiss bank वगैरह खत्म हो जाने वाले हैं. Banks will provide financing to industries and others as needed. But all information about every transaction will be available to anyone. प्राची अग्रवाल ने कितना फाइनेंस उठाया बैंक से, निरीक्षा को पता है बैठे बैठे, शमी को पता है, डॉक्टर कामाक्षी को, सबको पता है. Financing will be available to everyone without discrimination. Environment. Within the last century, we have all really abused and degraded the Earth's environment. In most places today, the air we breathe is unhealthy, and the water is both scarce and polluted. In Delhi में अगर आपने सुना हो पोलन कितना था, हम लोग मास्क पहन के घूम रहे थे 3-4 साल से. अब तो खैर पूरे वर्ल्ड ने मास्क पहन लिया. ये क्वालिटी था एयर का, क्योंकि इतना अब्यूज किया है. And as we continue to damage the environment even more each and every day, जो ये प्लास्टिक बॉटल्स में पानी पी रहे हैं हम, all toxic, everything plastic, plastic, plastic. In the new world, the air will be clean all over the world, and the water will be pure. This will be the result of using technologies provided by our friends from other high-level civilizations. वो देख रहे हैं हमको, they are working on us. जो मैं जो बोलती हूँ रोज एंजल्स एंड गार्डियंस को हम बोलते हैं, ये उनके लिए बोलते हैं, because they are the ones who are guiding us. Politics and government. Most politicians and governments around the world today are interested in serving the interests of their financial backers instead of the interests of the general public. In the new world, this will change. And the politicians will have to operate in a totally transparent manner. If all financial dealings are exposed to everyone, there can be no corruption. The politician that serves the general public is the one that gets elected in elections that are totally open and fair and not subject to manipulation. So आपके फ्यूचर में जो लीडर्स आने वाले हैं ना, आप वाकई में चूज करोगे उनको, करप्ट को नहीं करोगे. So how wonderful. Transportation system. Almost everything in the world today, transportation is a problem. Slow है, expensive है, crowded है, pollution आ रहा है. नए world में transportation system will be designed in a way that makes it more accessible, fast, non-polluting. The transportation system will be available to everyone, since transportation fee will be part of the housing fees. Payment पहले से करी होगी. अब Rolls Royce, Bentleys की जरूरत ही नहीं होगी. One transportation system for A to Z. Now that you have a glimpse of how good the new world is going to be, I'm sure you're wondering how we get this information. Let's find out. कल पता करते हैं information कैसे हमें मिलती है. मैं आपको अभी से बता रही हूँ, the channeled informations. The Higher Galactic Federation has angels and guardians जो ये channel करते हैं information through people. Dr. Sunny Platten was one such blessed soul. So thank you everyone. Let's have the heart thought for the day. And I invite today, who do I invite? Akshay Agarwal. Today I invite Akshay Agarwal to read this beautiful heart thought. It's all about accidents. We create situations and we give them power by blaming another person for our frustrations. पहले तो problem करी, फिर दूसरे को blame करा. Nice. दूसरे कंधे पे गोली चला दी. No person, no place or thing has any power over us. We are the only thinkers in our minds. So the affirmation is, I express myself in positive ways. Yes, Akshay, you can please read.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Very audible, beautifully.
I express myself in positive ways. Usually, if you are in an accident and you are the one who is hit, you feel guilt on a deep level and perhaps have a need for punishment. There can be a lot of repressed hostility, feeling that you do not have a right to speak up for yourself. If you hit somebody, you are often dealing with unexpressed anger. This gives you an opportunity to express that anger. There is always more stuff going on inside you. An accident is more than an accident. When an accident occurs, look within to see your own pattern and then bless the other person with love and release the whole experience.
How wonderful. So, बहुत सारी हॉस्टिलिटी अंदर है, बहुत कुछ एंटागनिज्म अंदर है, बहुत कुछ चीजें ले रखी हैं. अब it's time to accept and create what you want. It's your time now. Today I will be guiding you through the 4th chapter. It's also about the magic book. So I want our backs absolutely straight, and let's just go for it. So our back straight, our feet firmly placed on the ground below. Rahul sir, you can please record the meditation separately also. Our postures to be checked. Back straight, feet firmly placed on the ground below or cross-legged. Hands in a comfortable resting position on your laps. If possible, facing heavenwards, or in a Gyan Mudra, which is the first thumb and the first finger touching together, or in a Buddha pose, one on top of the other facing heavenwards. Your eyes are softly closed. Your face has a beautiful smile that you're wearing, and you're looking comfortably inwards with your eyes closed. Let's inhale deep gratitude. Fill our lungs with it. Let's exhale gratitude for life. Let's inhale happiness. Feel happiness. Share your happiness as you exhale with the world around you. Inhale inspiration. Feel being inspired internally, and as you exhale, share your happiness, your inspiration with the world. Remember, the more you give, the more you get. So be the channels for love and light. Now we'll inhale once more, thrice more. And as we exhale, we'll be chanting Om, invoking the superior energy, the universal sound of Om and alignment. Let's take a deep breath in. Om. Once more, take a deep breath in. Om. The last time for this morning, take a deep breath in. Om. We request the Divine Masters to protect us, guide us as we go through the beautiful journey of gratitude for a beautiful body. Let's start from head. Eyes still closed, hands still comfortably resting. As I speak, you will only be looking at that body part from your internal eyes with gratitude. Feel as much of gratitude as possible. Dear beautiful hair, thank you, thank you, thank you.
No matter how your texture is, no matter how your length is, no matter how much you're spread, I love you, I love you, I love you. I probably do not have hair on my head. People call me bald, but I have hair on my eyebrows, and I thank them. So thank you, thank you, thank you, hair. I probably had them on my body part. They protect me and they're there for a reason. I thank you. I promise to nourish you, nurture you with love and gratitude. I promise you to stop ridiculing you for not looking good. And I know the day I love you, you will grow denser, thicker, longer, and stronger. To my wonderful forehead, thank you for making me look good. I can't even imagine life without a forehead. My eyebrows touching my hair. How would I look? So thank you for the way I look. To my wonderful brain behind the forehead, the conscious part that I have been given as a vehicle in this beautiful human journey, the subconscious part that's come with my soul. I thank the two of you for making me who I am, for allowing me the pleasure of new experiences, of rebuilding my life, for reprogramming myself. Thank you for reprogramming and programming, unlearning and learning. To my wonderful eyes, you're closed today, so there's darkness, maybe. But if you see, it's all bright. Eyes are important, whether internal or whether external. You can see the world with your beautiful eyes, physically or mentally. Let's thank these beautiful eyes for who they are, how they are, and for the role that they play. We are as bright as we want to be. Nothing holds us back, only our limitations do. We can even block and walk blindfolded if we want and experience how it looks like without the eyes. So let's be blessed for this beautiful, magical pair of eyes. To our nose, thank you for allowing us to smell. Everything around us looks beautiful. The fresh rain when it drops, the smell that emanates from the Mother Earth, the soil is beautiful. The smell of food, the smell of flowers, the smell of Mother Nature, the smell of whatever, and even the baby smell of even the smell from a child or a partner. We are so blessed with this powerful smell. The mouth. You are where digestion begins, and you are where magic begins. The mouth helps each one of us be the mouth organ for speaking our mind, for reflecting, for sharing, for nurturing. It's also the place from where we take in food and water. The teeth act as incisors to cut the food, and the chewing starts at the first level when the saliva meets. So thank you, dear tongue. Thank you, dear teeth. Thank you, dear mouth, for doing whatever you're doing for us, which is so, so, so huge. Let's come to our ears. Dear ears, thank you for hearing the world beautifully. Thank you for reflecting. Thank you for understanding that only the good news has to be filtered and processed, and negativity is far from us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dear neck, thank you for allowing me the agility, flexibility to move, to turn my face up and down. I'm sorry I've abused you. I've sat on the computer for long, had a bad posture, and have given you cervical. So sorry. I will mend my ways. To my shoulders, so much has gone behind the screen, from cervical to pressure to bad posture. Thank you for keeping me tall and strong. I love you. To my wonderful hands, I move you in a day thousands of times. Waking up, drinking water, brushing my teeth, taking a shower, eating food, walking, writing. Everywhere, even when I walk, my hands move. You are magical and you do everything for me. Truly, you're my left and right. I bless you. I thank you. Your wonderful chest, diaphragm. This is where we breathe from. If there's no breath, imagine being asthmatic where you need outside support system. So thank you, dear breath, dear chest, for inhaling beautifully and giving me the gift of life. Your heart, if you stop beating, our life it's over. To a heart, the first flutter of love, beat on a partner, beat on a child, beat with something around. You leap with joy when you're excited and happy. Keep growing, my loved one, and thank you for being you. Thank you for being a heart of gold, truly working for the benefit of others and for the love of your own life. Your lower back, your upper back, and middle back. Thank it. Dear spinal cord, thank you for keeping my posture erect, for making my chakras aligned. And when people say truly, I have your back, means without back, we can't survive. So thank you, dear back, for truly, truly, genuinely having my back, for being my back. I can do whatever because I know you're there. Without you, I can't stand tall. So thank you for making me tall and proud. Let's thank our gut system with our liver, our stomach, our intestines, our gallbladder, our uterus, each playing such an important role. Dear stomach, I'm sorry for having abused you, given you toxic food, given you food too much beyond our capacity to eat, making you spread over the intestines. I'm sorry. Dear liver, I'm sorry for making you so toxic. I now plan to detox you very soon. Dear intestines, thank you so much for carrying the food from the esophagus. The esophagus, the beautiful food pipe from our mouth attached to from our neck below. Thank you for carrying the food, for breaking the food, and thank you, intestines, for breaking it further and for the assimilation. To the uterus, thank you for all that you do for us. To the entire body, in the gut area, you have so much more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry I've eaten wrong and given you acidity or problems of cholesterol levels. I promise to become more, stronger, better, healthier. I thank you. To my sexual parts, thank you, thank you, thank you for being there, for making me realize the power of them. You're also my eliminatory organs. You're the reason I eliminate my urine from. So thank you for that. Thank you for truly being the pleasurable ones. To my excretory organs, namely the anus. Whatever I eat, whatever is detoxified is through you. You play a very, very, very important role in my life, in my body. Thank you for doing that work so beautifully. To my hips, you're the reason why I'm sitting where I am today. You're the reason why I move how I move. To all the joints from hip joint, thigh joint. Thank you, dear joints, for putting us and making us flexible. To our beautiful legs, thank you for carrying us from this place to another, from another to another. You're the reason why life is so beautiful. Thank you to our knees. You allow us all flexibility, all movement. Without you, the legs would have been straight. We would never have had to walk. So thank you for that. To our feet, thank you for keeping us grounded, literally. Without you, we can't even sit, we can't even walk. And thank you to the roots that are invisible roots that are growing from our soles of our feet in Mother Earth. Dear Mother Earth, please continue nurturing us, filling us with more love and light and abundance. And please give us these values as you have been giving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every body part has a role to play. Every body part is working on its optimal best. To all the trillions of cells in my body, thank you for unconditionally working, repairing, reconstructing, reviving, and regenerating yourselves. Thank you to the hundreds of thousands of blood kilometers circulation system in my body. Each one so important, carrying the blood from one place to another. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's fold our hands in gratitude. Dearest magical body, thank you to all the organs for working unconditionally. Thank you to all the blood circulation system, cells, muscles, tissues, fibers, glands, bones. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Each one indispensable. Thank you to the skin that protects each one of us. Now let's expand our hands for the abundance pose to the universe. Dear universe, thank you for having our back. Dear universe, thank you for giving us whatever we desire. Dear cosmos, thank you for including us in a Leela. Dear angels and guardians, thank you for showing us cues, for guiding us and elevating our journey. Dear masters in this realm or the others, our gurus and teachers is this dimension or the others, to all the ancestors living or beyond, thank you for your guidance, for your love, for nurturing us. To the divinities, thank you for blessing us with choices of blessing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To the millions of galaxies, the Galactic Federation, for making us humans ascend our level and for helping Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, elevate and go through the ascensional shift. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Expand our angel heart, facing heavenwards. I am love. I am light. I shine bright, bright here, bright now. I'm a channel of love and light. Wherever I go, I spread my love, I spread my light. I help others and I know I'm helped. I'm open for all and receptive for all goodness and love in the universes. Wherever I turn, prosperity follows. Let's fold our hands in gratitude and say gratitude for everything from heavens to earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's rub our hands together, feel the energy flow. Bless our face, our ears, our backside of our body fully. Touch it, bless it. Go into soles of feet. Turn back, come on the front of the feet. Touch your front side of the body, slowly come up. Touch it, bless it. Hold your hands once again. Dearest body, thank you, thank you, thank you. Truly, the gift of health is keeping me alive. To the energy that flows within me, I invite you to share my love and light and blessings and healing blessings and lots of abundance with my loved Sangha Mitras, their loved beings, and all beings on Mother Earth. May we all see love and light. So lots of love and blessings, Ruchi, Manish, Shami, Ankur, Manakshi, Akshay, Meetu, Amit, Ruchi, Ritu, Jitendraji, Richa, Dr. Kamakshi, Shalu, Manisha, Nikita, Mom, Alona, 112 for Life, Saloni, Shelly, Sonakshi, Neha and Jayashree, Vijay Kumar, Surendraji, Supriya Chabra, Riksha Daga, Shagun Gupta, Manisha, I think, yeah, Richa Sachdev. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Amit. If I missed everyone, I'm sorry. Be loved, be blessed. See your life full of love and light. And I'll see you all in the morning at 5 tomorrow. I'm sorry, being a Sunday, I took liberty of making the session about half hour longer, 22 minutes more longer. But I think we can indulge in a little Sunday therapy. So I took the liberty. Thank you, thank you, thank you for making my morning so magical. Thank you, Surendraji, for your blessings, for your love and light. Let's all elevate ourselves and our ascension should come complete. Let's all truly transform because we're all about love and light. Today is a day where we've been told to break the first chain, work on that chain. See your limitations. Your assignment will be, see where your limitations are. Work on them and say, I am better. Create an affirmation because we truly can do it. Magic chapter has to be done. It's about health. You have done the meditation. Still hear it. A lot of small little things will be coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, we do for the registered participants. 8 a.m. we will do as a reflection, but that's an hour and 15 minutes from now. We will just have a Sangha meet. We will see where our journey is. So all of us are in the journey, but a lot of them don't have the journey. So please start doing it. What reflection in the afternoon, Shwetu? It's at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Rahul sir, for making our magical mornings. Thank you, Amrita, for sharing all the assignments
And thank you, Shweta, for always having my back. Thank you to each one of you. The highest in me bows to the highest in you. Love, light, and abundance. No, Manisha, only registered participants can join. I like the energy of people that I've worked with in the Sangha meet. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of love, lots of love. Take care.